congratulations on the film. That was long awaited, 2 years. I'd say it was worth it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to enjoy it? Some good kung fu?
Yeah. Excellent kung fu, I'd say. Okay, so now we were here last year where you premiered your dream project, Accident Man, and this place holds some special memories for you because we're here at the Custard Factory, your hometown, and you have some history here from when you first started out. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, mate, born and bred in Birmingham, I am. I used to come here to the Custard Factory back in the day when you had to get, you know, it was all VHS, no DVDs, so if I was going to send a VHS of my showreel off to America, I had to come here to get it transferred to NTSC. So there was a place over there, I had to come in. I remember the guy would always say to me, "Haven't you made it yet? When are you going to make it?" "I've made it now, mate."
I was going to say, I bet he's eating those words now. Okay, well let's move on to the main event of the film. Now, it's great to see you playing the bad guy again. Honestly, goodness, no nonsense. Hard as nails bad guy. Did you enjoy playing that, Hans?
It's always the best fun to play the bad guy. You get all the best lines, and I have to say that my mate Stu Small, another Brummie, who I was at school with, he wrote Accident Man with me, and he wrote Debt Collector. We brought him in to do a dialogue polish of my character's dialogue alone. That's why I've got some funny lines in there. That's down to Stu.
So were those lines things like, "Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough"?
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
One of the things I noticed watching the film, and it's always good to see this, is that the fight choreography was amazing, not just because it was hard-hitting, action-packed, but there's a lot of different styles on show there. It looked like Tin Man, whom you've worked with before, really made sure he played to everyone's strengths in terms of their sort of unique style. Would you say that was the case on set?
It was a really difficult job for Tim because actually the whole thing moved quite fast. We all wanted to do the film, we all wanted to work with one another, we all respected each other. And then the idea for the film came up and there wasn't a script, so we all said, well, yeah, let's do it. Let's get the gang together, this is going to be great. So the script was being written, even though we'd already signed on to do it. And for Tim, he came into it the last minute, sort of playing catch up. And he's got to devise the fights for, let's be honest, most of the best martial arts actors on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that is a tough order. That's a big order. And he didn't have a lot of time to do it. But Tin Man is brilliant. And he got the job done. And he directed pretty much all the fights. Some of it was shot by somebody else. But, he's amazing. That's why I always work with Tim. He's brilliant.
He's the man.
He's the man.
So, who hits the hardest then out of the cast that you've had to play? I hear Tony Jaa got a little bit carried away on it.
No, he didn't even get carried away, honestly. He's got incredible control, and it's a pleasure to work with guys like that are so skillful. You know, there's nothing worse than doing a martial arts film and you're working with someone that's not that good or a little bit green, and 10 takes in, you're thinking, come on, mate, just get it together because it's painful. We want to move on. You work with guys like this, you can get it done in 3 takes because they're that good.
Yeah.
And Tony Jaa, incredible control. Everyone, brilliant control, but he has got power that he probably doesn't even realise. I don't even understand it because he's a slight guy. He's a small guy, but there's something about the density of his bones that is different. It feels different, like he's made of elephant bones or something. He must be, I don't know, eating elephant poo when he grows up or something. No, he's incredible, massively powerful.
Okay, so we got to watch it finally after the wait. So, any favourite moments from the film for you, Scott? Ones that don't necessarily feature you?
No. I like the bit in the beginning where I've got a crazy fake wig on. That's a lot of fun. Bringing out my chocolate.
That looked a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah. Actually, Jesse, originally, he's like, Scott, I've got this great idea. You're going to have the long hair, beard, and I want you to be naked. Okay, it's going to be striking. You're going to come out of there naked. Everyone's going to see your ass. It's going to be amazing. So, okay. Hang on, let me think about this. Now, you watch the movie, the first position I get into is I'm on all fours. I'm glad I said no.
I think it's safe to say we all agree on that. Maybe smaller too, I don't know.
Otherwise it would have been not R, but triple X.
Well, it's great that we finally got to see it, and best of luck with it, and I'm sure it'll do really well. So I just want to ask you now, though, about your role as the patron of Fighting Spirit. Tell us how that came about.
Yeah, no, very happy to be, I mean, this is my third time at this festival. Absolutely loved watching these short films. Good job to everyone that did the short films. It was a real pleasure to watch them. Brian, your one was really brilliant, mate. Really brilliant. Everyone was great, but that was like, wow. Incredible. I didn't want to follow that, but we had to. But yeah, no, it's very important to me, especially when we're in Birmingham, to be able to come down here. And I was worried that I wasn't going to be available. I'm actually flying off tonight. But yeah, it's brilliant. I love to support it, and long may it continue. And hopefully, this time next year we'll be showing, I don't know, whatever film, one of the many that I've got coming out.
Here. So, what sort of role do you see Fighting Spirit in playing in terms of promoting action cinema or independent action films, and also promoting rising talent? And I'm specifically referring to Avengers.
Well, yeah, so last year I watched, what was the name of his? Express Delivery with Beau Fowler, and I was really impressed. And so we had Beau play a part in Avengement. You know, got talking to the lad. Didn't know him before this event last year. Thought he had a great look and, you know, can act and fight. Got him in the movie. Did a great job. So, you know, this is important for people to be able to come here and show what they can do, and industry professionals are going to see your stuff, and, you know, that's how you can make an inroad into getting into the professional stuff. So it's very important.
Okay, so one last question I want to ask you before we hand over to this lovely crowd. Last year, when we were here, somebody asked you, who would you most like to work with? And you answered, Donnie Yen. Lo and behold, Ip Man 4 starring Donnie Yen and Scott Adkins.
He must have been watching that live stream on Facebook event or whatever. No, I already knew that I had the part. I already knew. I'm just going to say anything. It's all right to say anything.
So what can you tell us about the film and the role you play?
Not a lot. I don't want to be the one to spoil anything, but it's... First of all, Donnie Yen, he asked for me to be in it, which meant a lot to me. When you grow up and you're watching guys like, you know, Jackie Chan and Schwarzenegger and Stallone and all that, the people that you idolise as a kid, when you get to meet them, yeah, it's an amazing thing, isn't it? So when one of them specifically asked you, they had a role, and he said to producers, just get Scott Adkins. And he actually messaged me on Instagram. Scott, I've got, you know, I wanted to come and play this part. But I met him at the Comic-Con in London previously. That was the first time.
Was that when you were promoting Accident Man?
Yeah, I was promoting Accident Man, and he was there. And yeah, that was the first time I met him. But yeah, I'm the main bad guy, kind of like what you saw with Dave Bautista in Master Z. And that's all I'll say. It's set in America, and I'm a gunnery sergeant of the Marines. Yeah. And, you know, it's like true story, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's going to be out in...
I think July.
July, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay.
I think I'm going to the Hong Kong premiere 28th of June, hopefully. Yeah, that's what they said.
Right,
I'm just waiting for my ticket, Donnie.
Get on that one.
Waiting for that flight.
Well, really looking forward to seeing that as well, along with events.
It's got to be brilliant, let's be honest. The Ip Man films are brilliant. And, you know, for me, to be in like a proper Kung Fu film, there's not that many Kung Fu films around these days. It seemed like there was loads back in the day, but it's a special occasion now. Something like Master Z. And to be in a, you know, as a Western guy, to be in proper Kung Fu film, that's amazing. That's what it's all about, right? And I picked him up and bring and everything. Honest.
Actually, it sort of reminds me of Fist of Fury, Robert Baker, the American karate guy fighting Bruce Lee. It's sort of hark back to those days, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Well, I think now is a good time for questions from the audience. Who's first?
One over here.
You fought against a lot of like famous martial artists and action stars. Which fight do you think is the best in your career so far?
I mean, the fights in Boyka are great. There's great fights in Ninja 2. Let's be honest, I'm pretty happy with the fight in Triple Threat, let's be honest. Oh, so you're going to allow me to kick Tony Jaa through the wall? Oh, and then I'm going to beat Iko up? Oh, great! I have to say, Iko's too nice. He is such a humble guy, and he's going around that film just, everyone's saying, okay, you're going to lose to him, you're going to lose to him, you're going to lose to him, you're going to lose to him. Somebody should have said, Iko, don't lose to everyone. They made him look bad. But that's because he's such a nice guy. But, you know, he's like me. He's, you know, it's all pretend, isn't it? He doesn't let the ego get in the way. I don't mind a good death scene and all the rest of it. And, you know, if you beat me up, it's fine. But sometimes that can be a big issue. But I think Iko probably should have won a few more fights. It's Iko always, come on.
Well, it works for the underdog though, doesn't it? Like you care about him a bit.
Well, yeah, I hope so. No, you definitely care for him because he's got such a vulnerability anyway, and you know he's a really good actor, and obviously he's making waves in Hollywood now. But yeah, Iko, stop getting beat up so much. Come on, when's the raid through?
Gentleman, third row from the front there, seat number 5.
What would I say? Thank you so much for the film, man. It's really amazing, and it's great to see your progression and see you get so much better as an actor as well.
Thanks,
because
man.
the martials were already up there for a long time, but the acting has really come up. Who would you say is the best martial artist and actor out there?
Me.
Other than yourself.
Oh, okay. Martial artist and actor. Well, all those people that I don't say now are going to be upset with me. Michael Jai White has always been a great actor and a brilliant martial artist. In fact, he was not showing he was keeping the martial arts in the back pocket for the longest time, wasn't he? Doing stuff like Tyson and trying, making inroads. I don't think he throws a kick or anything in Spawn. I can't remember, to be honest, but I feel like he didn't.
Like Wesley Snipes, same again.
Wesley Snipes, yeah. Iko is great. He's got that vulnerability, and he's got, he's great to watch. There's something about him that's brilliant to watch.
Gentleman over there, seat number...
If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry.
Hi Scott, nice to see you again, third time lucky for me. I enjoyed the film. Between you and Tony Jaa, how long did the fight take to choreograph?
I didn't choreograph it, Tim Mann choreographed it, and then we came in for a day or two and just rehearsed the moves, changed a little bit here and there. Tony was cool with, what Tim arranged pretty much, and I knew I would be. I was constantly going, do you think that they're actually going to let me do this to them? Is he going to let me do the backflip kick? Oh, it is. No, they're all cool. And I think when we shot it, maybe it was 2 days from the start of the fight. We shot for 2 days, leading up to me kicking Iko over the balcony, and then I stayed for an extra day to come back and do the extra fight with Tony. I was aware that, honestly, I wanted to make sure that I had a good fight in this film that had all the the best martial arts guys. So I said to the producers, look, I'm going to stay longer, free of charge, don't worry about it. If we can get an extra day to make the fight longer and better, I'll be happy to do that, and that's what we did. Yeah.
Any more? Okay, at the very back there.
Yeah, cool. So the big sort of talking point this weekend at the moment is obviously the Avengers Endgame at the moment. I know you've
Don't come here spoiling it.
but I know you've already been part of the MCU already, but are there any sort of roles that you're gunning for at the moment, possibly?
Well, I've used up my MCU card.
No,
I'm
you
all about the
haven't.
DC now. Come on, Warner Brothers. What's going on?
Because you can play too.
My fanboy moment is I'd love to see you with Batman. I think we could pull that off.
Well, you can see it's all over the internet. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Enough about Batman. Tired of that.
One more.
Scott, if you had a chance to test your martial arts skill against anyone in the world, who would it be?
I think I've already done it. I've fought the best that there is, to be honest. I mean, aside from Bruce Lee, I think I've done it with everyone. I mean, yeah. It's done. Drop the mic.
Actually, I'd follow up on that.
Yeah.
With each of your films, you set the bar so high, and then it gets higher, and it's clearly done that with Triple Threat, and we are eager to see that with Avengement, and obviously get Man 4. How much is the pressure on you and everyone you work with to keep besting your best? That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of pressure, and if I go into an action film, martial arts film, and I'm the sole lead, you know, if it's full-on martial arts film, I get very apprehensive about it, to be honest, especially when I know that, you know, today is going to be a fight day or whatever. There's so much expectation on my shoulders, and that, you know, you get worried about getting injuries and things like that, and, you know, not getting any younger. I'm moving more into character-driven stuff. That's where my interest lies, to be honest. Less about just a fight movie, and more about the acting and the story. That's what I'm passionate about at the moment.
So something along the lines of Debt Collector.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
Kino can describe to me as an art film, by the way.
An art film.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a few cows in it, so.
Ty, you had your hand up, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was any update on Accident Man 2.
Yeah, it's being written at the minute by Stu. So it looks like it's... I don't want to say that it's definitely happening, but I was at Sony last week, and they're very excited to do another one. The first one obviously did well for them.
Have you got any idea about who you would bring into...
Yeah, loads of ideas. None of it will be revealed tonight.
Okay, we're done. Time's up.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Well, I guess that's it. Thank you very much, Scott.
Once again, just want to thank Scott for coming as well, and Ramon as well for hosting the Q&A.
Thank you.
Thank you all for attending, it's amazing. Don't forget, we have our main festival in London in September, so please follow us on social media if you have not already. Fighting Spirit Film Festival, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're on them all. And our website as well will be updated constantly also. And hopefully we can see some of you in September. If not, we'll be back here again next year. So we'll see you next year. Thanks for coming, everyone.